I think I made around 1.1 million since last July. What's up guys, Steven Dux here. Welcome to my new video lessons of the week. And today we're going to talk about recent runners, SMIT today, and we're also going to talk about our recent performance of 2017 July into 2018 July. Let's get into it. MSIT, classic bounce short. If you haven't know that, go review the DVD. We have a huge morning stuff in the 4.1-ish, in the 4 again, and that basically just killed the stock and dropped almost 30% from my entry. I shorted right around 3.9-ish. On my Twitter, it says, 3.95, 10,000 shares. I think I locked about 5K in this ticker. I could be more patient to make 7K, 8K, but I'd rather take my profits. With all of the trades you're doing, always take partial profits because it's safer. So if the trade goes against you, you already took your profits. So either it goes against you, you can make it even, or you lose your profits. That's the key in trading. Always lock your profits, and if the trades didn't work and goes against you, you still have a way to go. You cut it even, and you are looking for the next opportunities, because when penny stock gets more and more extended, the opportunity gets bigger. Now, let's also talk about MTSL and PED. Those two tickers are super low float and micro float. When they try to consolidate and didn't have volume and start spiking again, now you can trade that as a bounce short. But when you trade them for a couple times, the price start neutralizing in this one specific area, which is around 2.66-ish. Now, if the stock breaks out again, it's going to be really difficult to short into because the shorts are already stocked. And for really low flow stocks, it's not that hard to manipulate. The stock goes over the resistance, only about 30%. So that's the reason why I don't like to swing those micro flow, except they're going over 3,000, 4,000, even 5,000%. So you can swing on PED for a couple days, but this PED massive drop already dropped about 70%, so 60%, that's a no-go. But if the stock already dropped half and goes over 4,000% or 5,000%, then you can hold for a couple days to get extra profit. But something like this, bounce shorts, always be careful. When they start, the price start neutralized, and you only need about 20-30% to go over the resistance. That's very easy to do. Same thing with MTSL, the massive dump, that was super manipulated, and everybody knows that. And the stock was slow grinding to the 6, dumped all the way to 2.5. Now the only level you're going to dip by, which is around that $3-ish level, and that's it's not even a good entry with that massive dump because the stock already lost 70% of its gain. When the stock is losing 70% of its gain, it's not a good idea to dip buy into that stock because there's just too many back orders. Same thing, dumped into the next day. I was tempting to dip buy right around this area, but it didn't give me a chance, or it pushed in the pre-market. And follow with bounce short, price kind of neutralized in those 2.6 areas. So same thing with PED, they're around same price range, same flow. It's very, very easy to break that 3.66 area. So be really careful. Don't try to swing on those bounce shorts. They are not worth it unless you are super confident with it. Because when the stock already lost 70% of its gain, it's not even worth it to swing. There's not much. What are you going to swing for? 1.55, that's not even good enough risk reward because your risk is too high. Now let's get into some performance that I did for this year. I think I made around 1.1 million since last July. There's many mistakes. I didn't trade that well, and there's some tickers that I didn't do that well. Something like GRN. I think I didn't do well in GBR because I didn't try to hold end of the day. DFBG, and there's other ticker like RKDA, DXR, ABIL. Didn't get shares to short on ABIL, but on the major coming down. But I did cut a few bucks in the later bounce short. So in this year, I made many mistakes, and I'm looking to improve it. I did get caught on those really crowded trades, and I didn't really get caught. It's just too much stress. When the stock's getting crowded, you have to watch for the entire day. You're glued on the computers, and that's where you start getting emotional, start over trading. So I'm trying to avoid those trades as much as possible. And recently, there's just been a lot of crowded trades, and I haven't seen some kind of clean trades like today's SMIT. So this year I haven't been figured out. There's a lot more volume, a lot more people getting into this game. Every single ticker are trading 20 million shares, 30 million shares, 40 million shares, 50 million shares. But usually 2 years ago, they're only trading 4 million shares, 5 million shares. So the volume start increasing. The strategy needs to be modified as well. So when you are shorting into a low flow, when the stock does have enough resistance, when the stock is flow rotating for 10 times, it is very possible to break that resistance. So that's one thing I've been noticed this year. And another thing is when the stock is super crowded, even though it's not a low flow, you will have those really choppy perks that just barely go through the resistance, come right back down, and there's a whole lot of manipulations going on, and people either boxing it, boxing out. So there's so many shares trading back and forth. It's not really worth it to go in. So you have to be really, really selective when you see a stock is getting crowded. But my strategy, I don't think it has that much changed, but the volume of resistance needs to be changed just a little bit because the entire volume is increasing. And based on the heavy resistance needs to be changed as well. The fundamental of the strategy didn't change because you are basically shorting into people's holdings. The more volume it trades, the more backward it is. So when you're shorting into more volume, that just makes you short more safe. So that's basically how the strategy being changed throughout the year. If I see anything else, I will be posting on YouTube. And hopefully this video helps, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.